I used to judge myself for feeling nervous, scared, feeling lack of confidence in business and all these things. It's okay. Like, you can act in spite of fear. And the third one is that you can act in spite of how you feel, in spite of your mood. So even when you feel terrified or nervous or doubt, you can still decide to move forward anyways. It's like if you've ever done public speaking, right? When your heart starts racing when you're about to have to speak in public, and you get nervous, but you act in spite of how you feel, right? You push through it. You're nervous, you're shaking, maybe you're sweating a little bit, and we wind up doing it. And then after a minute or two, it becomes okay. And so that's how it works with business as well. And so I've taken a lot of steps back. I went back into the corporate world multiple times over my entrepreneurial journey as things happened and unfolded. There's usually always a safety net somewhere, somehow. And part of the journey is failing your way forward. So if you spend the whole time avoiding failure, the irony is, in order to get to where you want to be and have the success that you're looking for and the results that you're looking for, the irony is you typically have to fail in order to get there. And so by you staying at the starting line or avoiding the failure, you're just staying exactly where you are. You're safe, but you never even have a chance of getting to your destination. And so I've failed a lot. I've lost money in business. I've had a lot of things go wrong, but it's led to this point. It's all worked out. It's all been okay. It hasn't been easy, but it's all worked out. And so become comfortable with failure. Become comfortable with uncertainty in the way that you're making decisions. I want you to know, and yes, I'm talking to you right now, that I believe in you. You can do this. You can make this happen. But it does take a shift in mindset. It does take a shift in like, hey, I act in spite of fear. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I act in spite of my mood, and I'm guided. Like, God is guiding me, protecting me, and taking those leaps of faith, right? So when you jump, your parachute, trust your parachute will open. Jump, the net shall appear, right? And guys, one of my closest friends, he went bankrupt. He went bankrupt like 15 years ago. He literally filed for bankruptcy. Today, he owns businesses that do over $15 million a year in revenue. He has an amazing family, an amazing wife. He has a beautiful house and property. He's just thriving as an entrepreneur. But he was working on himself. One, he's a man of faith. And he would go to business seminar, personal development seminar. And there's a powerful concept, which is to think is to create. God has blessed us with the ability to co-create our reality with our thoughts. I've experienced this many times. Literally things that I wrote down 15 years ago and continue to write down and to intentionally visualize has happened with intentionality. I've experienced it time and time again. And so your thoughts are very powerful, and it takes intentionality with your thinking to create the results that you want. Doesn't happen overnight. Doesn't mean there won't be obstacles. And sometimes it's not exactly how you imagined it to be. But, most people, if they wind up having to file bankruptcy, they would probably spiral into depression and just never attempt to go after it again. And Yeah. I mean, my buddy is an epic entrepreneur, and a lot of these things I watch him and I channel him on how to operate because I'm naturally a little bit more analytical, and so I may overthink things or decisions. He's a little bit more just go for it, like speed of execution. So I started to watch him and learn. Oh, one of the reasons why he's so successful and he's able to scale companies and businesses is that he just acts in spite of fear. He goes for it. So he fails more often than most, but he succeeds a hell of a lot more than most as well. If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.